Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2004 NJCAA Men's Division III Basketball Championship Tournament being played here at Farrell Hall Gymnasium in Delhi. It's the 14th season for the NJCAA Division III Championships here at Farrell Hall Gymnasium, and it's a wonderful opportunity for the community to celebrate the best in NJCAA Division III basketball. My name is Matt Brain, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm joined by Larry Trillo this evening. Larry, our first game of the evening going to be between the
Minnesota State.
I couldn't remember the team. Minnesota State at Eastfield. All right. Okay. All right.
Start again.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's the 2004 NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship from Farrell Hall Gymnasium in Delhi College, and it's the 14th year Delhi College has had the privilege of hosting this national championship men's basketball tournament. Matt Brannon with you this evening, being joined by Larry Trillo. We'll hear from Larry in just a few moments. Larry, this evening's game, the first game of the evening, it is the Minnesota State Community and Technical College Minnesota team against the Eastfield College Harvesters out of Texas. Both of these teams, Larry, had a great opportunity to get into this tournament. It was a very tough road for both of them. Talk about their ways of getting into the tournament tonight.
Well, Matt, first of all, they're no strangers to the tournament, both having won the national title in recent years. Minnesota won in 1998, and the year before Eastfield College had won. But you're right, it was an interesting road to get here. Minnesota had to beat Central Lakes on Saturday to qualify for the national tournament. And Eastfield College had to win 4 games straight in 6 days span of time.
So for the Minnesota team, Larry, a little bit longer trip than just winning against Central Lakes. They, from what we understand, took a 25-hour bus trip here to get to the NJCAA tournament. A long road for them indeed.
That's right, 25 hours bus ride, and it must have been an exhausting experience for them, but indeed it was literally a long road for them to get here.
So Minnesota and Eastfield, the teams tonight, both teams, as Larry pointed out, have won NJCAA championships. Larry, let's talk about the key players for these two teams tonight, for both Minnesota and also Eastfield.
Well, Matt, for Eastfield, the player we're looking at is Jazz Henderson, who averages 20.5 points per game, and he is accepted at a Division I college, Long Beach State in California. So it's big news for the conference. And for Minnesota, they have a more of a balanced attack. They have 4 players that average double digits in scoring.
So that's the situation for tonight. In the first game, it'll be Eastfield College out of Mesquite, Texas, taking on the Minnesota Community and Technical College from Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Both of these teams coming into the night for an opportunity to go to the national semifinal game. We need to do that again. I was horrible.
Yeah. Do you want to?
We need to move this mic for one thing.
Are we going to go right into the taping now, or?
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's the 2004 NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament from Farrell Hall Gymnasium in Delhi College, the 14th season that Delhi College has hosted the National Junior College Division III Men's Basketball Championship. Some great basketball coming your way on television. Thank you so much for joining us. Matt Brannon joined by Larry Trillo this evening. And our first matchup of the evening, Larry, is going to be the Minnesota State Community and Technical College going up against Eastfield College of Texas. Larry, both of these teams, neither one's stranger to Delhi College in the NJCAA tournament.
No, as a matter of fact, Matt, very recently they have won the national championship. In 1998, the Spartans of Minnesota State College won it, and the previous year, in 1997, Eastfield College won it, so they're not strangers.
A very interesting road, though, for both of these teams, Larry, for the Minnesota State team and also the Eastfield team. Why don't you inform our viewers of where both of those teams, how they got into this Elite 8 tournament?
Well, Minnesota had to beat Central Lakes on Saturday to qualify for the tournament, and for Eastfield College, they had to win 4 games straight in a span of 6 days' time, so it wasn't easy.
you like to hear oftentimes about sportscasters use the cliches. It's been a long, hard road. For both of these teams, it certainly has been that. And, of course, for Minnesota, maybe even a little bit longer, harder road. Word we get, Larry, they actually traveled to Delhi by bus. Talk about that.
Well, that's right, Matt. It was a 25-hour bus trip to get here, so it must have been a long, exhausting trip for them. But I'm sure that the rewards of being here will be great. So literally, it was a long road.
Our viewers might be familiar with the Minnesota team. They were formerly known as Fergus Falls Community College when they won the NJCAA tournament. Larry, talk about what we should expect to see out of the players from these two respective teams. Who are the players to watch tonight?
Well, for Eastfield, there's a person that we'll be looking at very closely. His name is Jazz Henderson, and he averaged 20.5 points a game this past season, and he has been accepted at a Division I college out in Long Beach State in California. So very high hopes for him, and looking forward to see him play. For Minnesota, more of a balanced scoring attack. We have 4 players in the team that averaged 10 or more points a game, so much more of a balance.
So it'll be an interesting matchup tonight between Minnesota and also Eastfield College. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the situation. Both of these teams looking for a national semifinal bid here at Farrell Hall Gymnasium at Delhi College. It's the NJCAA 2004 Division III Men's Basketball Championship from Farrell Hall Gymnasium, Delhi College. The 14th season, the Delhi College hosts this wonderful tournament. A great opportunity for our community to come out and watch some of the best NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship basketball in the entire country. Matt Brannon joined by Larry Trillo. Our game this evening is Roxbury Community College taking on Cayuga Community College. Larry, an interesting road for both of these teams. Roxbury Community College, certainly no stranger to Farrell Hall Gymnasium and Delhi College.
No, Matt, they're not. This is their 6th trip to the national tournament. However, they got here by the skin of their teeth. They had to beat another team from their region by 1 point, 71-70. That was in overtime.
Roxbury this season 14-11, just 3 games over 500. Cayuga Community College, Larry, their first trip to Farrell Hall Gymnasium, Delhi College in the NJCAA championships.
Yes, it is indeed their first trip here, and it's also interesting to note that this is also the first year of Coach Derek Jackson at the helm here at Cayuga. So it's a couple of firsts for Cayuga.
So an interesting matchup between those two schools. One, a lot of tradition, Roxbury. Another one, Cayuga, trying to make that tradition. They have a lot of young players. We'll talk about that throughout the evening tonight. Let's also talk about those players we should be watching, Larry. Roxbury, Cayuga, some very impressive basketball players going into tonight's game.
Yeah, indeed there are, Matt. There's several players in each team that we're going to be watching out for. On Roxbury, Sean Davis leads the Tigers with just under a 20 points per game scoring average. Kiwan Crump, a second in the team at about 15 points per game, followed by Rasheen Cope, who averages 13 points per game. Cayuga also features several players, so we have a balanced scoring attack from Cayuga as well. Chris Martin leads the team with a 15.7 points per game average, followed by Jeremy Neal, second with 13 points per game, and then followed by Keon Stackhouse, who averages just over 15.5 points a game.
So a very interesting matchup. One of these two teams going to be going on to the national semifinals of the NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship. Roxbury and Cayuga Community College coming up in just a few moments. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Minnesota. And Larry, as we get ready for this one, an awful lot of I guess the best thing to say, a lot of upsets already in this tournament. Just coming up, Caldwell Community College knocking off Joliet Junior College out of Illinois, 85-79. Certainly a surprise there.
Yeah, that's a big surprise, man.
Earlier action, try to bring that across as well to you as we get that opportunity. But we're ready for Minnesota and also Eastfield this evening. Minnesota comes in with a record of 24-6. They are the Region 13 District 4 champions. As Larry mentioned in our opening, they beat Central Lakes College on Saturday. Eastfield coming in at 23-10, the District 3 Region 5 champions. They beat North Lake College out of Texas to get in. We will be picking up the public address announcements in just a few moments. Thank you so much for joining us. The NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship from Farrell Hall Gymnasium, at Delhi College. What a wonderful sight. And Larry, talk about for a moment while we wait for the public address. Everybody here at Delhi College has been so helpful to us already getting ready.
Yeah, so far it's been a very, very wonderful experience, and it's a beautiful setting for this championship.
Tournament director Gary Cole doing such a wonderful job. And just a wonderful atmosphere at Delhi College as the crowd continues to follow in. Let's pick up the starting lineups.
Starting guard, 6-foot sophomore from Fergus, Minnesota, number 5, Matt Johnson.
Matt Johnson starting for Minnesota.
Starting guard, 5'10" sophomore from Mesquite, Minnesota, number 31, Matt Boyd. Starting at 4'6" sophomore from Fergus, Minnesota, number 41, Nick Henderson. And starting at 4'6" sophomore from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 55, Archie Witherspoon. The Spartans are coached by Dave Retzlaff, assisted by Rick Golden, Jason Retzlaff, and Eric Rose. And now the Harvesters from Eastfield College. Starting guard, a 6'2" freshman from Mesquite, Texas, number 12, Sasser. Starting guard, 5'10" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, number 13, Ruffs. Starting guard, 5'8" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, number 21, Houston. Starting board is 6'6" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 33, Dave Hilliard. And starting board is 6'5" freshman from Arlington, Texas, number 44, Dwayne. The Harvesters are coached by Rick Johnson, assisted by Rick Dunn. Your referees for tonight's contest, Kevin Fergus.
So the starting lineup for both of these teams, we get ready for the semifinal matchup between these two teams. The winner will take on the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game. Eastfield will be wearing their home white uniforms. Minnesota State College on a ride up, Larry. You talked about how are they going to put Minnesota State Community and Technical College question answered. It still says Fergus Falls on there.
Well, that saves a lot of problems for those who make the uniforms, because we were trying to think of how all that was going to fit.
So for Minnesota State Community College, they will wear their road blue uniforms, and we're about ready for NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship Tournament here from Farrell Hall Gymnasium, Delhi College. The Spartans will go from right to left, and Eastfield from left to right. Tip is won by Eastfield. Number 22, Jazz Henderson with the basketball. Gets it foul line extended. Outside jump shot is good. So Dave Hilliard with the first bucket of the game. It's 2-0, Eastfield with the lead. 19:40 left to go here in the first half. Man-to-man defense for Eastfield. Inside shot is around it. Big time putback basket there. Archie Witherspoon the fourth with the dunk putback. 2-all, 19:23 left to go here in the first half. Eastfield with the basketball. Inside, nice baseline move. Shot is no good, but a foul. Number 33, David Hilliard on the shot attempt. Larry, what a flush attempt that was on the other end by Archie Witherspoon the fourth. Our first dunk, it took us a minute in this tournament to get a slam dunk.
I would say it was a wow to begin with.
I saw you with the wow. Hilliard's first free throw spins around and in. Nick Hansen, number 41, the first foul. Hilliard with 3 points so far. Second shot is also good. So 4-2, the Eastfield lead. 19:10 left to go here in the first half. Number 5, Matt Johnson with the basketball. Now gets it left wing.
Playing a very tight man-to-man.
Eastfield's defense trying to get the ball away from the Spartans. Johnson on the drive, left wing, now passes out to the right wing. Drive on the inside, foul line, jump shot is up, and it's good. Number 31, Matt Hoy on the basket. So we have a tie basketball game, 4-all, 18:45 left to go here in the first half.
He did some nice passing, Matt, to get the open man. Finally, it was about a 13-foot jumper.
Ball is kicked, so reset the 35-second shot clock.
Eastfield ball.
Offensively, both of these teams seem to be in the groove of the game early on. Long outside shot for Eastfield, around and out, no good for Henderson.
That was our first look, Matt, at Henderson taking a shot. He didn't miss by much.
6'2" point guard type player, Jazz Henderson, as Larry mentioned in our open, going to be transferring to Long Beach State University, Division I school. Hilliard has it out front to Henderson, left wing. Henderson with the ball. Houston, with the ball. Jazz Henderson down on the blocks to Houston. Short shot is up, no good by Hilliard, and it's the Spartans with the rebound. Hoy with the basketball for Eastfield. Ball's nearly taken away. That's the Spartans of Minnesota State College. Johnson nearly loses the ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Long outside shot. Three-point basket is good. Matt Johnson on the basket. So 7-4 now with the Minnesota State lead. 7:41 left to go here in the first half. Hilliard long outside jump shot is good.
Just inside the three-point shot line.
Looks like David Hilliard has certainly stepped up big in the first few moments of this game, Larry.
He has. He seems to want to take charge.
6 points.
He's ferocious around the boards.
And he gets a steal here. Nearly gets the pass out. Now it is corralled. It'll be an easy high percentage opportunity for Henderson.
Jazz Henderson.
8-7 is the lead. 17-10 left to go here in the first half. Matt Hoy with the basketball for the Spartans. Pass inside to Witherspoon, loses it, now picks it back up, puts a shot up, it's good.
Basket, Archie, Witherspoon, the court.
9-8. Minnesota with the lead. The Spartans of Fergus Falls. Ball out front. Left wing now. Back out front to Henderson. Right wing to number 12, Sasser. Short drive in the lane, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound opportunity for Eastfield. It goes for naught. 16:25 left to go in the half. Outside long shot for Minnesota, around and out, no good. As number 21, Andy Parachka, the leading scorer for this Fergus Falls team, doesn't get it to fall. 16:10 left to go. Henderson, left wing, gets the ball back out front. Sasser now with it. Sasser gets it to Hilliard out front. He's imposed his will, as Larry mentioned. Ball goes inside to Houston. Houston's left baseline jump shot, no good.
Just a little long on that shot, perhaps a little anxious.
Left wing, number 21, Andy Parachka with the ball. Gets it to Johnson. Block call against Eastfield. 15:46 left to go in the first half.
Eastfield foul, number 13, Manziel Ruffs, his first team foul. Substitution.
Manziel Ross on the foul.
Number 23, Norman Alexander. Number 32, Varrick. For Fergus Falls, John Mots and Chad Anderson.
So 9-8 the score. Minnesota State College with the lead. Long outside shot is off the front rim and no good by number 33, Chad Anderson, who just checked into the game. Eastfield looking to try to get some transition opportunity. Short shot is no good by number 32. That's Varrick Gray, who's checked into the lineup.
That was defensed well, Matt. They didn't bite on the fake, and there was no foul. The defense stood their ground.
15:20 left to go in the first half. Hoy has it, now hands off to Johnson, right wing. Back to Hoy, 14 on the shot clock. Double teaming Eastfield defensively. Johnson will take the long three-point shot. Bang, it's good.
That shot was from near Oneonta. That was a downtown shot.
Larry Trillo throwing out the Oneonta references already. 14:57 left to go in the first half. 4-point lead, 12-8. A good pass on the inside. Well done that time. Dwayne Paul with the bucket. And Minnesota wants to call a timeout. Larry gets us an opportunity with 14:49 left to go in the half. 12-10. It's Minnesota with the lead. Let's catch our breath here a little bit. nearly 5.5 minutes played in this first half already, end-to-end action. Your impressions after 5 minutes?
Well, so far we're seeing a lot of tight defense on the part of Eastfield, and very tightly played, and the shots have been contested, and there's been some open looks. They managed to knock some of those down. So I think we're going to see a tightly contested game. At least that's my impression so far.
And certainly well played by these two teams. 12-10 is the score. 14:49 left to go. So following the timeout, the Spartans of Fergus Falls have it. Johnson with it out front. Now left wing to Hoy. Looks like Eastfield has changed up to a zone defense. 2-3 zone defense. Left baseline jump shot is no good. Number 41 on the attempt, Nick Hansen. Eastfield looks to transition. Henderson to Paul, now left wing. Henderson fakes the 3. Down on the right box area. Houston looks to wheel and deal. Puts a short shot up, no good.
Again, good defense on the part of the Spartans.
Johnson with another open three-point shot off the mark this time. Quick transition opportunity now for Henderson. Henderson, the water bug, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound on the inside. It'll be a foul against Minnesota.
I think we're seeing already that Jazz Henderson has some very good speed, very good moves.
6'2", not necessarily the biggest player that we've seen in this tournament already, but as you said, that first step, Larry, awful explosive for Jazz Henderson.
Very much so, very much so.
First shot is no good for number 12, Sale Sasser. Just a freshman, 6'2", 175-pounder. Foul was on number 45, John Mots, who's checked in for the Spartans. 12-10 the score. Sasser will shoot the second of 2 free throws. And it's good.
Sasser, 1 for 2 from the line. Harvester substitution number
12-11 the score. Winner of this game goes on to play the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game, which follows this one. High post pass to Bots. Bots driving right. Now hands off to number 3, Aaron Mots. Short shot is up and it's good. Mots with the bucket, and Fergus Falls reestablishes a 3-point lead, 14-11 with 13:30 left to go here in the first half. Left wing. Short shot is no good. Ball is fought for. Rebound taken away by Minnesota, number 55, Archie Witherspoon with the board. Mots has it. Weak side pass. Hoy, left 3-point arc, now looks to drive. Lefty shot is up, no good. And Eastfield looking to come away with the rebound, able to do so. Ball into the capable hands of Jazz Henderson.
Looking to slow it down.
How do you like that, Larry? You don't see that very often, a 10-second violation.
Wow, that was a fast 10 seconds.
Well, there is 24 seconds on the shot clock, so it was 11 seconds. Good call by the official.
It sure was.
I think it probably started as soon as Eastfield touched the ball. Remember, 2 Eastfield players went to the floor. They were they nonchalanted it, if you will.
I think you're right, Matt.
And that's what caused the 10-second violation.
I lost track of the clock.
Out front to Witherspoon. Very tight defense, as Larry mentioned, by Eastfield. Man-to-man defense this trip. Mots out front to Johnson. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now Mots. Boy, what defense by this Eastfield team.
Almost a mauling defense.
Mauling would be a good word. Witherspoon on the inside. And a foul is called. There's a thin line, Larry, between good defense and mauling defense. And mauling defense, it's a foul defense.
Yes. And so far the refs are calling a very fair game, I think, and they're letting them get away with some contact, which is good, allows the kids to play.
Just 2 team fouls for both teams here with 12:32 left to go in the first half. Mott's on the right wing, and another foul.
Field foul, number 13, Manziel Ross.
Manziel Ross, that's going to be his second team foul. Second personal foul, excuse me. Number 12, Sale Sasser will come back into the game. And a big moment here for Eastfield. Larry, I noticed that Jazz Henderson is checking out of the lineup. He only has 2 points, but he's been a real catalyst for this team. an interesting situation to see how Eastfield can initiate their offense with Henderson on the bench.
We'll be watching out for that.
Mots with a long outside shot is no good. Rebound by Eastfield goes to Sasser. Sasser right wing to number 13, Manziel Ross, who stayed in the game with the 2 fouls. 12-10 left to go. Ball left wing, inside pass goes to Hilliard. Hilliard's short shot is no good. Rebound attempt also no good. And Mots comes away with the rebound for the Spartans. 12 minutes left to go in the half. 14-11, Fergus Falls lead. Hoy has it, looks to get it baseline to Witherspoon. Witherspoon called for the travel. Very impressed so far, Larry, by Eastfield's defense. They've given up 14 points. However, as you mentioned, it's been stifling at times.
Well, Hilliard played it perfectly that time. He anchored his feet, hands straight up, and all that the offensive could do was just to travel at that point.
You can tell this is the best NJCAA has to offer. This game is going so fast. Basket is good and a foul.
Very nice move to the basket.
Ade Houston with the basket.
His first 13 foul. Jazz Henderson shoots 1.
Short shot, the foul shot is no good. However, offensive rebound for Hilliard puts a short shot up, no good.
The baby hook was just a little too hard.
Athletic move into the lane area creates a foul situation.
Fergus Falls foul, number 55, Archie Witherspoon with the 4th. His first 14 foul. In line shooting 2 for Eastfield, Dale Sasser.
First shot is good by Sasser. He has 3 points so far. Apparently we've had a number change, Larry. 21 is now Henderson and 22 is Houston. So we'll make that change in our scorebook. We apologize for that. Second shot is no good.
From the line.
5 seconds is the call. Great Eastfield defense as we have a tie game 14-all with 11-7 left to go.
Eastfield continues their defensive intensity.
That's his second 15 foul.
Second foul on Archie Witherspoon, the 4th.
Fergus Falls substitution, Luke Hansen and Nick Hansen.
So Eastfield with the ball with a chance to take the lead. 11 minutes left to go here in the first half. 14-all is the score. Both these teams looking for a semifinal berth. Henderson has it. Out front to Hilliard. Now Houston. Back to Houston. Now to Hilliard. Or excuse me, that's Henderson. Offensive foul as Hilliard was trying to get position down low.
Number 33, David Hilliard. That's his first 14th foul.
So 14 fouls now for Eastfield, 5 for Fergus Falls. Beautiful backdoor cut by Johnson for the basket.
That's poetry in motion. That's very well played out.
Johnson with 8 points, 2 3-pointers in this first half. Fergus Falls reestablishes a 2-point lead, 16-14. 10:23 left to go here in the first half, and his quickly played first stanza. Hilliard down on the right box. Turnaround jump shot is no good, but a foul.
Fergus Falls foul, number 41, Nick Hansen. That's his second.
One thing I'll say for Coach Chris Johnson out of Eastfield, he gets his money's worth working the referees, Larry. He was very vociferous after that last call.
He was indeed.
2 fouls now on Nick Hansen. First free throw, a little bit of Carlton Fisk-esque body language, gets it in.
Fergus Falls, number 31, Matt.
And like Carlton Fisk, it proved to be true.
Spoken by a true New York Yankees fan, Larry. Great job. Hilliard's been a major factor in this first half. He has 7 points already. 16-15 Eastfield lead. Or, excuse me, Eastfield, Minnesota lead.
He's played well from both ends of the court. Very, very tough defense. making the most out of the offensive opportunities.
He comes in averaging 14 points a game, has 8 already unofficially in his first half. We have a tie basketball game, folks, 16 all. Mots trying to do business, unable to do so. Number 23, Luke Hansen, who's checked into the game. Hoy has it, right wing above the three-point arc, now down on the baseline. Pass goes inside to Bots. He'll lose the ball out of bounds.
Again, defense caused that turnover.
So Eastfield with the basketball. 9:44 left to go here in the first half. Nearly taken away from Henderson was Hoy on the defense. Long three-point shot, no, rounded out, no good. Minnesota with the rebound. Hoy has it, looking to shoot the three, now pulls up, gets it to Johnson. Johnson inside to Bots, lefty turnaround shot, no good.
Very impressive rebound.
Skied high like a man for that one. Good charge defense that time by Johnson, drawing a foul on number 22, Houston.
Both teams are doing what they've probably been doing to get here, playing sound fundamental ball, knowing when to take the charge.
9 minutes, 16 seconds left to go here in the first half. 16 all is the score, and as Larry has mentioned, just terrific defense between these two teams. Hoy now in the characteristics of the point guard has it, hands off to Hansen. Now right wing to Luke Hansen, back to Hoy, drives inside, puts the running jump shot up, no good. And number 23, Norman Alexander with the rebound for Eastfield. Alexander looks to dish, gets it off to Hilliard, three-point shot, it's good.
Oh, that's glass.
Didn't call that one, obligatory sportscaster reference.
He never called it, but it's going to count just the same.
Hilliard, a little bit of an outside game there. 11 points, 19-16 Eastfield lead. Baseline drive, now off to the left side, long outside shot is good for three.
He buried the J.
Andy Parachka, the leading scorer for this Fergus Falls team. Larry, he hadn't scored. He knocks down his first three, and we have a tie game, 19 all.
And if he gets into his game, things could open up considerably.
Outside shot is good. Hilliard is unstoppable. Right now he has 13. 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Up and down pace between these two teams. However, it's only a 21-19 score. Defensive foul against Eastfield.
Number 12, Dale Sasser. That's his first 6th team foul. Substitution for Fergus Falls, Matt Johnson. For Eastfield, Ruffs and Varrick Gray. Also in for the Spartans, number 55, Archie Witherspoon IV.
So both coaches making changes. Dave Retzlaff for Minnesota and Chris Johnson for Eastfield. Left wing is Hoy, he has it. Gets it to Johnson above the right three-point arc, trying to get it inside, unable to do so. Hansen has it. Left wing. Shot is up, it's no good. And number 32, Varrick Gray with the rebound for Eastfield. Now Eastfield offensively, Houston has the ball taken away.
That was an unbelievable play by Eastfield to get the ball right back.
Timeout on the court. As with 7:29 left to go here in the first half, it is Eastfield leading 21-19. Larry, let's take this opportunity. Let's recap the scoring here in the first half.
Okay, Matt. I'm hoping I'm on the same page as you. I might have, hope I made all the same strokes that you had. It looks like for the high man for the Spartans of Minnesota State is Matt Johnson. I have him for 8. And the high man so far for Eastfield College is David Hilliard, who, according to my stats, has 13 points.
Very good, Larry. We were on the same page with our statistics so far. Hilliard has just been unstoppable in this first half. What a force down on the low post area. 6'6" sophomore for this Eastfield team.
And it's well needed by this team because of the start of Jazz Henderson, so far limited to 2 points.
Good point, Larry. Inside pass, but well done to Gray. Puts a shot up, it's good. So Gray with the bucket, a 6'7" freshman, 23-19, biggest lead for Eastfield tonight, 4 points. Hoy on the inside gets it off to Johnson. Johnson now drives back towards the center of the court. And the short shot by Witherspoon is good. 6 points for Witherspoon. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the half. 23-21 Eastfield lead. Left wing now back out front to Houston. Houston, catalyst guard, looks to drive. Short shot, no good, but a foul. Coach Johnson of Eastfield exerting his team onto a stop on the defensive end.
He was a little upset the last trip down by Minnesota. He thought there was a travel well before the shot was made, but he didn't win.
The coaches rarely do. First free throw is good for Houston. He has 3 points unofficially in this first half. 24-21, 3-point Eastfield lead. 6:38 left to go in the first half. Thank you so much for joining us, Matt Brannon, along with Larry Trillo this evening.
Houston, 2 for 2 from the stripe.
Adai Houston with 4 points. 4-point lead, matching Eastfield's biggest in this first half. Winner of this one goes on to play Roxbury or Cayuga. Ball goes out front to number 43, Ryan Gullingsrud. Travel called against
Minnesota. Travel call that time, man. That was very obvious.
Substitution for Eastfield.
That's where we say Coach Johnson of Eastfield worked the officials to get that call.
Indeed.
So Eastfield with a chance to build on its biggest lead of the evening, 4 points. 6:18 left to go here in this first half. Very enjoyable, entertaining first half between these two teams. The Spartans of Minnesota, the Harvesters of Texas, ball taken away and stolen. As 21 Hansen comes away with the ball, or Parachka, excuse me. Long outside shot by Hoy, it's good for 3.
He took one step back just to get in that 3-point range, and he nailed it.
Isn't that a change in basketball over the last few years, the advent of the 3-point shot? Players love it.
Yes.
25-24. Eastfield with the lead. Houston on the drive, gets Johnson in the air, puts a shot up, good, and a foul.
Very nice move. Drew the foul, and he made the shot.
Johnson a little slow to get up following the foul. Houston with 6 in the first half. Johnson's second personal foul.
Substitution for Fergus Falls, number 33, Chad Anderson.
Fergus Falls has 18 fouls. Eastfield with 16 fouls. Houston will shoot 1, try to convert this traditional 3-point play. Free throw is rounded out, no good. 45 Bots with the rebound for Fergus Falls. Hoy on the drive inside, nice pass inside to Witherspoon.
Just outstanding passing. There were 2 superb passes on that play.
Especially from Hoy to Witherspoon. That was a gimme lay-in shot. 27-26, the Eastfield lead. 5:18 left to go here in the first half. Hilliard, that's Henderson.
Fergus Falls foul, number 21, Andy Parachka.
Parachka on the foul, his first team foul. Fergus Falls in the penalty here, Larry, so Eastfield will shoot free throws the rest of this first half and 1 foul away from the double bonus.
And that's a really great advantage for now. We'll see how they can capitalize on that.
I'm sure you'll see Eastfield be very aggressive offensively, taking the ball strong to the basket, as Henderson made the basket, unofficially just his 3rd point of this first half, a player who averages 20.5 a game.
A little bit long on that shot. Got the rebound.
But Houston on the offensive rebound attempt, 3-point basket for Adai Houston. Short shot is no good. Foul called on the play. Biggest lead of the evening for Eastfield, 31-26 with 4:58 left to go here in the first half. Crowd start filing in here to Farrell Hall Gymnasium, Larry, but pretty loud here this evening.
They are a spirited group.
Spirited is a word that I like a lot. This is a group who is here to watch NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship Tournament action. This group is ready. Foul was on Manziel Ross, his 3rd. Foul shot is no good.
number 12, Dale Sasser. That was his first 17 foul.
Sasser comes away with the rebound. However, they've changed the call now. Now they say that it's Sasser, his first, not Ross with his third. Ball was taken away by Eastfield. Foul call on the play.
Eastfield foul, number 12, Dale Sasser.
And that should be Sasser's third.
18 foul.
Boy, major backcourt situation for Eastfield foul-wise, Larry. Manziel Ross with 2, Sal Sasser with 3.
They had to sit him down now, and he won't be playing until probably sometime in the second half.
Yeah, certainly second half action for Sal Sasser. Matt Hoy to shoot free throws. 1-1 for both teams now with 4:42 left to go here in the first half. First shot is good. Hoy with 6 points unofficially in this first half. Second shot is also good. So 31-28 to score. 4:39 left to go. Eastfield with the lead.
The crowd is continuing to file in, I'm noting. It's going to be a pretty good crowd by the time we get much further in this game, I think.
Drive to the lane. Short shot is up and it's good.
Harvester basket.
And number 23, Norman Alexander with the bucket. 5-point Eastfield lead, 33-28, 4:18 left to go. Hoy gets it out front to Parachka. Parachka guarded by Alexander. Eastfield with that stifling man-to-man defense. Bots hands off to Parachka. Short shot is good.
He pulled that shot out of his hip, it looked like.
That was a hip lay-in. 3-point lead for Eastfield. Parachka with 5. Henderson off to Alexander, left wing. Houston with it. He's been a major factor. Now to Alexander, back out front to Houston. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Houston just abusing Hoy. Puts a short shot up, no good. Hoy with the rebound. Larry, Houston did everything right that time but make the basket.
It was very impressive. Very solid moves, extremely quick.
The action is happening so fast sometimes we're not even able to call it. Parachka looked for the 3-point shot, unable to get it. And the turnover on the ball. 3:25 left to go. 3-point Eastfield lead, 33-30.
Aaron Mots. For Eastfield, David Hilliard.
Hilliard checks back into the lineup for Eastfield. Houston brings it up offensively. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. 3:20 on the game clock before halftime. Inside pass beautifully done to Hilliard.
David Hilliard.
He threw that pass right past the defender.
You mentioned, Larry, beautiful passing in this first half by both teams. Very unselfish, characteristics of championship level teams. Parachka on the attempt, he was fouled.
Eastfield foul, number 21, Jazz Henderson, his first.
Henderson on the foul, his first. Both teams with 9 team fouls.
To the line for Fergus Falls, Andy Parachka shoots 1-1.
Parachka to shoot 1-1. 6-foot senior leads this Fergus Falls team, averaging 13.5 points a game. First shot is good. Parachka so far with 6 points in his first half.
Ryan Gullinger.
Coach Dave Retzlaff won his 600th game earlier this season for Minnesota, for Fergus Falls. Try to get an opportunity to talk about him and his accomplishment as we go through the second half. The way these teams are playing, Larry, we're not going to have much chance to talk about anything.
At the intensity, it's hard to get a word in edgewise.
Those shots were good by Parachka. 3-point game, 35-32, 2:55 left to go until halftime. We're in the first half. Semi-final berth on the line between these two teams. Inside shot is no good. Good defense that time. However, Hilliard comes away with the ball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Houston has it. 2:35 left to go on the game clock. Long outside shot is around and out, no good. Number 44, Dwayne Paul with the shot attempt. Minnesota comes away with it.
Very close on the travel there.
Parachka loses the ball to Hilliard. Break attempt for Eastfield. Short shot is no good by number 21, Henderson. And Mots comes away with it for Minnesota. Baseline now to Witherspoon. Short shot is good. Witherspoon with 10 now. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. 1 point game, 35-34. Up and down action between these two teams. Inside pass goes to Hilliard. Ball goes out of bounds. Ryan Gullingsrud, number 43, has checked into the lineup. He's got the unenviable task, I should say, of trying to guard David Hilliard, number 33. Hilliard has it.
A little bit long on that shot, Matt.
Henderson now to Houston. Right wing, long outside shot for Eastfield is good for 3.
Norman Alexander.
Norman Alexander with the 3. So reestablished to a 4-point lead, 38-34. Minute 28 left to go here in the first half. Witherspoon, short shot on the inside is no good. Eastfield with the rebound. Alexander comes away with the board. So Houston looks to set up the offense. A minute 10 left to go here in the first half. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Minnesota playing man-to-man defense. Alexander with it, being guarded by Parachka. Houston. 1 minute left to go in this first half. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Houston looking to deal against Hoy inside to Hilliard. Double team, puts the short shot up, no good. 46 seconds left to go in the half.
Minnesota's going to want to set up and try to go into halftime a couple points closer if they can.
Hoy on the drive, puts the shot up, it's good.
Very nice.
Hoy with 9 points in the first half. Shot clock is off. 30 seconds left to go in the half. 2-point Eastfield lead. Larry mentioned the intensity between these two teams. In the first half, it was stifling. Second half, it will be even worse. Houston will lose the ball as, however, the official said it was Hoy who had fallen to the ground trying to guard the igniter offensively. 5'8", Larry, but so quick to the bucket.
Very quick. A lot quicker than my 5'8" could move.
Adae Houston, 5'8", 170 pounds. A pleasure to watch, just a sophomore. Henderson, 6 seconds left, going to be no shot. Foul under the basket.
Fergus foul, number 3, Aaron Mots.
Mott's on the foul, so Eastfield will shoot free throws.
10th team foul.
Jazz Henderson, extremely quiet, only 3 points in his first half.
It has been surprising so far. But we'll look forward to seeing things, probably some good things to come in the second half from him.
Yeah, sure. Coach Chris Johnson's got to say, I only have 4 points out of my leading scorer who's going on to Division I next season, and I'm up by 3. Things are going to be okay in the second half.
Jazz Henderson, 2 for 2 from the line.
Second shot by Henderson is good. 40-36 is the score. 5.8 seconds left to go in the half. Hoy has it, 4 seconds left. Gets it off to Mots, long 3-point shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first half of action. And what a half it was. Eastfield College, the Harvesters of Mesquite, Texas lead 40. Minnesota State Community and Technical College Spartans, they have 36. Let's recap the scoring in this first half. For Minnesota, it was Andy Parachka, their leading scorer, with 7 points. Matt Hoy with 9 points. It was Matt Johnson with 8 points. John Botts with 2 points, and Archie Witherspoon the fourth with 10 points. Jazz Henderson with 5 points. David Hilliard with 15 points. Dwayne Paul with 2 points. Sale Sasser with 2 points. Adae Houston with 9. Norman Alexander with 5. And Varrick Gray with 2. Larry, let's get a few of your comments about this first half. We've seen a great first half of action between Eastfield and Minnesota. Your impressions after one half of play. Eastfield leads Minnesota 40-36.
Well, man, one thing I could say is that both teams are very well schooled in defensive fundamentals. There was a lot of contact. The refs did let them play a little bit. They did a good job, I think, in calling the game. I think that my impressions of looking at both teams is that Eastfield is very quick on defense. Their guards move very quickly through the lane. And it's going to be interesting to see if how Minnesota can keep up with the speed in the second half. And
there certainly seems to be a speed differential, doesn't there, where Eastfield just a lot faster than this Fergus Falls team, at least what we saw in the first half.
Yes, I agree with that. And although it's, as we've mentioned so many times, it's such a close game, we haven't seen the real Jazz Henderson yet. We'll see if he can turn that around, and if Minnesota continues to play good defense and control him, it perhaps could be a close game throughout. And that's what we're looking forward to, is a close game.
So that's the story here at halftime. Eastfield leads at 40-36 over the Minnesota State Community and Technical College of Fergus Falls. The Spartans have 36, the Harvesters have 40. We'll come back with the second half of action in just a moment.
Stolen. Here he goes, going in for the jam. Now just hit the layout, no good. Rebound is up, no good. Third shot, no good. Rebounded by the Maroon team.
So we're getting ready for the second half of action as the Eastfield College Harvesters of Mesquite, Texas. They won the NJCAA in 1997. They lead at halftime over the Minnesota State Community and Technical College Spartans. 40-36 is the score. Larry Trillo, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And if you're both of these coaches at halftime, what did you tell your team? What did you tell your respective teams? What are the keys to the second half? Let's start with Eastfield. They're ahead by 4.
Well, for Eastfield, I think that they're going to keep putting the pressure on defensively. They appear to be a much quicker to the ball team. Getting more shots for Jazz Henderson, and if he ever opens up his game, and if David Hilliard continues his offensive assault, scored 15 points in the first half, it could be very difficult for Minnesota to contain them in the second half. Now, if we're looking at what Dave Retzlaff has told his team, Minnesota, at the half, again, they seem to be working the ball around well, trying to hit the open man, and they've done that fairly successfully. They've got to continue that, and also apply as much pressure on defensively on the very quick guards, if at all possible, for the Harvesters.
So you heard it from Coach Larry. That's the keys to the second half. Earlier games today, it was Suffolk knocking off Gloucester, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country, 68-58. The final score there going to Suffolk. They remain undefeated on the season. And the big stunner of the afternoon, it was Caldwell Community College of North Carolina knocking off Joliet Community College, only twice beaten Joliet. 85-79 was the victory there. Both of those teams have advanced on to the semifinal round. That'll be tomorrow evening. And of course, these two teams trying to make it to the semifinals. They will also play, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game, which we have coming up following this one this evening. So we get ready for the second half of action. Eastfield leads 40-36. Larry, we needed that halftime timeout just to kind of collect ourselves. What a first half, what an energy it was between these two teams.
It certainly was. It kind of kept me taking shallow breaths in order to keep up with the action. And I'm looking forward to the second half. It's going to be a very well fought out half, I do believe.
I was kind of waiting for a manager to come by and throw me a towel and give me a Gatorade bottle. It was that kind of half. Johnson has the basketball for Eastfield. Long outside shot by Parachka is no good. Eastfield with the rebound. Houston on the push. Short shot is no good. Witherspoon with the rebound for Fergus Falls. Mayor Harris referred to them as Fergus Falls. They're also Minnesota. Hoy with the pull-up jump shot from the elbow. It's good. So 40-38 is the Eastfield lead. 19:24 left to go here in the second half.
Minnesota's going to need to be hitting those outside jumpers, I do believe, Matt.
Short shot by Hilliard was no good. Now a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Eastfield. Looks like, when we talked about this in the first half, Larry, that Eastfield just has maybe a half a step or a one-step advantage over Fergus Falls.
Yes, they do, and it's going to be a challenge for Fergus to keep up and hopefully not tire out.
And we saw that with Houston as Houston gets to the basket and scores. He has 11 points. 42-38, the 4-point lead. Inside pass goes to Witherspoon, gets some space, and he scores.
It was nicely done, Matt. He created some space and had the short 5-footer and made it count.
Witherspoon has been impressive, 6'6" sophomore. He scored 12 points in this game. 18:42 left to go in regulation time. 42-40 is the score. Minnesota with the turnover. Fergus Falls with the ball. Witherspoon out high. Now left wing to Parachka on the drive. Passes off baseline. Jump shot. No good. Eastfield with the rebound.
Thus far, Matt, they are hitting the open man, and they've connected on one and missed on another.
Eastfield looks to run its offensive set. Now it looks like Fergus falls in a zone defense. Sasser has the ball right wing. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Houston now out front has it. Hands off to number 13, Ross. Ball thrown out of bounds. It'll remain Eastfield basketball.
Substitution for Eastfield, number 32, Varrick.
17:57 left to go here in the second half. Slim 2-point Eastfield lead, 42-40. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Ross now left wing to Houston, gets some space, puts up the 3-point shot, around and out, no good. Ball is fought for. Eastfield with the rebound. Gray, who's just checked back into the game. Short shot by Houston, around and out, no good.
Matt, what have you noticed about Eastfield so far in this half, looking out at the court? I wonder if you see the same thing I see.
I see no Jazz Henderson, no number 21 Jazz Henderson, Larry.
That's exactly what I was thinking, and I'm wondering why that is. Perhaps he's just not on tonight, but we're looking forward to seeing him soon, I'm sure.
Well, he is on the bench, Larry. Great pick up there. Henderson is on the bench, but he did not start this half. Great inside pass to Hoy. Opportunity was no good, and Eastfield comes away with the basketball.
Oh.
Outside pass. Hilliard with the pull-up shot, no good. Number 41 with the rebound. That's Nick Hansen for Fergus Falls. 17:15 left to go in the second half. 2-point Eastfield lead. So Coach Johnson with a decision with Henderson on the bench. Inside shot by Hoy is no good, but a foul called.
Eastfield foul, number 13, Denzel Ross. That's his second team foul.
They need to continue to create opportunities for scoring. That was a good example.
So Hoy will shoot free throws. First shot is no good. Third foul on Manziel Ross. He'll have to check out of the game. Number 23, Norman Alexander, a freshman, comes in. Alexander, 6'4", scored 5 points in the first half. Second shot is around and good.
1 for 2 from the line.
So Hoy now with 12 points unofficially. 1-point game, as well as Eastfield has played, Larry. Fergus Falls right in this game with 17 minutes left to go.
They are right in it, and again, the defense is going to be the key, and how quickly they could match up.
Basket for Hilliard. He has just been unstoppable in this game. David Hilliard with 17. He has picked up the slack for Jazz Henderson, who has just not played well so far, has not hit his game. Parachka with a long 3-point shot. It's good.
That was a long one. Just from the top of the arc.
Parachka, a 3-point shooter, averaging 13.5 points a game. His second 3 of the evening. He has 10 points, and we have a tie game, 44-all, with 16:24 left to go in the second half. Alexander has it. Traveling call against Eastfield, as Sasser was called for the infraction. John Mots, a 6'6" freshman, comes into the game. Matt Johnson, the point guard for this Fergus Falls team, has it. Left wing to Hoy. 3-point shot is around, no good. Hilliard with the rebound. Houston gets it off to Alexander. 3-point shot is short, no good. However, it's Gray with the rebound. Out front to Sasser, number 12. Sasser left wing against Bots, drives to the basket.
Eastfield ball.
Ball tipped out of bounds, so it'll remain Eastfield basketball. 15:49 left to go in the second half. Houston has it, drives, puts a short shot up, it's good.
Very impressive shooting over the defense. He sank it.
Houston has been a major factor. He has 13 running that offense. Johnson looks to answer back. Short shot is no good. Houston with the rebound for Eastfield. 46-44 Eastfield lead. 15:28 left to go in the second half. Hilliard to Sasser, guarded by Johnson. Now right wing Alexander. Back out front to Houston. Houston on the drive against Hoy, blocked by Hoy. Hoy, the bigger player that time, made the nice defensive play.
It was a very good defensive play, and not making a foul on that took some very good skill.
And 2 team fouls against Eastfield in this second half. Haven't indicated it's going to be the third foul. I haven't put up the player yet on that foul. Ball goes out front to Houston.
I erroneously call a no foul on that, and I apologize.
Ball out front with the shot clock running down. 3-point basket by Houston. Adai Houston has scored 7 in this second half. Jazz Henderson sitting on the bench, Larry, has not hurt Eastfield. They have extended their lead to 5.
Not all their guards look very, very confident. They're doing a super job. Penetration, making the long shot when they have to.
And now Eastfield gets a turnover. Houston has been a major player, as well as David Hilliard. 16 for Houston, 17 for Hilliard. 49-44, 14:35 left to go here in the second half. Houston pass inside. Short shot is no good.
That was just an excellent feed. It's too bad he couldn't convert on it, but it's a very good pass by Houston.
Dwayne Paul on the shot attempt. Parachka looks to answer back and does so. Fergus Falls wants to take a timeout. 14:20 left to go. 49-46 Eastfield with a lead. Larry, we've played just about 6 minutes in this second half. Your impressions of the second half so far?
Well, it's like the first half, very up-tempo. It looks like we're seeing some long-range shooting, beyond the three-point line, and it's just going to be intense, and we're still very close. Only 3 points separates us, and I think it's going to be kind of like this the rest of the way, Matt.
Opportunity, Larry. Coach Dave Retzlaff won his 600th game earlier. If we get an opportunity later in the game, I know someone that both you and I are closely associated with, Coach Dick Baldwin of Broome Community College. Of course, all of the milestones that he was able to reach while he was coach of the Hornets. Have an opportunity if we have a timeout later to talk about that?
Yes, I'll look forward to that, Matt. And he's a legend at Broome Community College for 40 years.
So Eastfield has the basketball. Still no Jazz Henderson in the second half. Shot by Alexander is good.
Eastfield basket, Norman Alexander.
5-point Eastfield lead, 51-46 with 14 minutes left to go in the second half. Parachka with the ball for Fergus Falls. Nearly loses it. Hoy now out front. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Parachka left wing, inside pass. Ball tipped out of bounds, will remain with Fergus Falls. 41, Nick Hansen, the last to touch it for the Spartans. "17 seconds on the shot clock for Fergus Falls. Pass out front, long outside shot is rounded out, no good. However, Fergus Falls with the rebound. Rebound attempt, no good. Number 45, John Botts on the attempt. The free three-point shot was by Chad Anderson, number 33. Adai Houston on the other end. He's had the ball all night, it seems. Alexander now to Sasser, left wing above the three-point arc, inside to Paul. Paul looks to do some business on the low post. Fall away jump shot is good and a foul.
Very well done. And the last trip down the court, Fergus didn't take advantage. They had several shots to get a couple points closer, and they failed. And I think they're going to need to convert those.
Yeah, good point, Larry. Fergus certainly did have a lot of opportunities there. Paul with 4 points on the game, under his 12.4 average. Foul was against Hansen, his third personal foul. One team foul against Fergus Falls, 2 against Eastfield. Paul will look to convert this three-point play and extend a 7-point Eastfield lead. Free throw is short, no good. Witherspoon with the rebound for Fergus Falls. 13 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this second half. 7-point lead. Parachka's 3-point shot from the outside is good. Larry, it looks like if Andy Parachka gets some separation, he can shoot that 3-point shot.
I believe you're right, Matt. He's got a very nice soft touch, and I think they're going to really need his scoring if they're going to continue to contend in this game.
3-point basket. Paul with the power move to the bucket. Looks like Dwayne Paul's starting to get into this second half.
Dwayne Paul, Matt, is a very large individual, and he shows some very quick footwork for a big man.
And Larry Turillo is a very nice man to say he's very large. He is a big guy, 6'5", a massive force down on the inside. 55-49 is the score. Eastfield leads with 12:22 left to go. Beautiful pass on the inside, shot up, no good. That was Houston being the playmaker that time, setting up his big man Paul. Nice dive to the basket for that high percentage opportunity.
Yes, it was a high percentage opportunity. He just missed.
Foul on the play. Paul will shoot free throws, but what eyesight that time, Larry, by Houston to see that play develop.
It takes a very good talent, and it was a very good look.
So Paul will shoot 2 free throws. First shot is woefully missed. 12 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in regulation time. Manziel Ross checks into the back of the lineup with 3 fouls. Fergus Falls came into this tournament at 24-6, Eastfield at 23-10. Paul will look to make the second free throw. Second shot is rounded out, no good. The Spartans with the rebound. That was 43 Ryan Gillingsrud, who's checked into the lineup. 12:10 left to go in regulation time. 6-point Eastfield lead. Long 3-point shot by Parachka is no good. So Sasser on the other end, Houston, guarded by Johnson. Now Sasser, right wing to Ross. Houston is free, looks to take the 3, going to be called for an up and down traveling call that time. I think Larry, when Eastfield stays outside, that benefits Fergus Falls defensively because it appears that Eastfield has that much of a speed advantage.
Yeah, I think you're right. It perhaps gives them a little bit of a breather as well. One thing I'm noticing also, Matt, is that we're seeing a much more balanced scoring attack on a part of the Harvesters.
A good point about the relaxation on defense. I hadn't thought about that. Good point. As Hoy's going to lose it now to Johnson on the turnover. Fergus Falls, I think they realized with a 6-point game, 11:37 left to go, it's certainly anybody's basketball game, but seems like the tension level for Fergus Falls has risen a little bit in the last few minutes.
It just seems that, again, with all the quickness of Eastfield, that we're going to just see how the intensity of Fergus can continue.
David Hilliard with the basket. Haven't heard from him in a while, but he wanted us to know he's still in the game. 19 points for David Hilliard. He was a major force in the first half. Biggest lead of the evening for either team, 8-point advantage, 57-49. Witherspoon trying to do the man's work inside as Hoy had lost the basketball. Foul called on the play. 11:11 left to go in regulation time. Larry, it's an 8-point game. This is, I think, danger time for Fergus Falls right here with an 8-point Eastfield advantage.
Yeah, man, you could sense a sense of momentum on the part of Eastfield. I'm quite amazed at their record of 23-10. I'm very impressed with this team, and I'm wondering how they could have lost 10 games in their conference, in their division. It must say a lot about their conference that they're playing in.
And certainly this team peaking at the right time, to use that overused cliche. Johnson's jump shot from the left wing, no good. Foul called underneath. The foul call was against Manziel Ross. That's his 4th, so we're not going to see him for much of this remaining second half. Norman Alexander on the foul. 4 team fouls against Eastfield, 2 against Fergus Falls here in the second half. Referring to Minnesota and Fergus Falls interchangeably in this game. They're the Spartans. Johnson has the ball, guarded by Houston. Eastfield with man-to-man defense. Left wing, Parachka's 3-point shot is no good. Hilliard with the man rebound, skying up top. Houston in the offensive end. This is Eastfield team. Paul on the inside. Shot goes up, no good, but a foul. 10:45 left to go in regulation time.
Eastfield's got quite an arsenal of weapons going. They can have the power inside and the quickness on the outside and hitting the open man. And
That's a great point, Larry. You have Paul, you have Hilliard on the interior, then you have Houston. Alexander has done some nice things. Sasser and Ross have contributed. It's amazing to believe that that Henderson, the leading scorer for this team, has not even played in the second half.
It leads you to believe almost that he might have some mild injury. We don't know. We haven't heard, of course. But it is very, very interesting that their top players not in the game.
Paul had made missed the first free throw, 10:45 left to go in regulation time. Paul's second free throw is good. So a 9-point game, 58-49, Eastfield with the lead, 10:38 left to go in regulation time. Gillingsrud has it inside to Witherspoon, ball nearly taken away. Stifling defense, shot put up, no good, but a foul. And Eastfield, it seems as if even though there's 10.5 minutes left to go in the game, Larry, and it's only a 9-point game, Eastfield, at least at this point in the game, feels like this is their opportunity. They feel good about trying to put Fergus Falls away.
They're continuing to put a lot of pressure, and actually Fergus Falls is quite lucky to get these free throw attempts.
Witherspoon's first free throw is good. That was the shooter's bounce, proverbially.
Absolutely. I should give some of the credit, of course, to take that ball back and create these free throws.
Witherspoon's second free throw, a high arcer shot, is good. So Witherspoon with 14. So Paul with it. Now hands off to Houston. 10:16 left to go. Houston on the drive. Puts a short shot up, no good. Second shot opportunity is also no good by Sasser. Minnesota comes away with the rebound. Pass on the inside, Witherspoon couldn't handle it. Parashka fakes the three, now righty drive, puts a shot up, no good. Going to be an offensive foul. 9:55 left to go in regulation time.
The refs continue to give them a little bit of freedom making contact. It looked like there could have been either a charge or a foul called before that, and I think to their credit, they're letting them play, and it makes it for a much more interesting game.
I have to agree, Larry. This is for the NJCAA championships. This is a national basketball championship tournament. I don't think any team who's involved in this Elite 8 tournament wants to see the officials determine the outcome of a game.
Absolutely, Matt.
And the officials have done a great job doing that tonight. Houston being guarded by Johnson, left wing. Now back out front to Alexander. Right baseline. Hilliard now out front to Sasser. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Inside to Hilliard, right box. Turnaround jump shot, no good, but a foul. 9:32 left to go in regulation time. 7-point game. Eastfield with the lead. Third foul against Johnson. 5 team fouls against Eastfield, 4 against Fergus Falls. Hilliard will shoot 2. First shot is good. Larry, in the materials that were presented, that were produced by Delhi College and the NJCAA, I was surprised to find that David Hilliard was named the league MVP, as Hilliard's second shot is no good. And it'll be Sasser with the ball. We'll finish our thought about Hilliard in a moment as Alexander has it. Left wing to Sasser. Out front to Paul. 3-point shot by the big man. Paul is no good. And Fergus Falls comes away with a rebound. If Paul had hit that one, the Eastfield bench would have went nuts. All their players stood up when the big guy put up the shot.
I think so. It was a long shot and just hit the rim, just missed by a little bit.
Timeout on the court by Fergus Falls. 9:07 left to go in the second half. It's 59-51 Eastfield with the lead. Let's finish our thought about Hilliard, Larry. I was reading the materials produced by the NJCAA and Delhi College. I was surprised to find that Henderson, the leading scorer on this team at 20.5 points, was not the league MVP of his league. That was Hilliard, and he's played like an MVP tonight.
Absolutely. He's just done everything anybody could possibly ask of him. He's been playing obviously a very strong offensive game, and he's played a very tight defensive game as well, and he's shown every bit of that caliber of player that he is tonight.
We were talking earlier about Dick Baldwin of Broome Community College, Coach Dave Retzlaff of Fergus Falls, Minnesota State College, winning his 600th game earlier this season, I should say. Larry, why don't you tell us a little bit about Coach Baldwin, what he was able to accomplish at Broome Community College?
Well, Matt, Coach Baldwin, as I mentioned earlier, was a fixture at Broome Community College for some 40 seasons from 1947 to 1987. During those years, he just accumulated a remarkable record. He won 879 ball games coaching Broome Community College, and not many losses. Matt, I do have some statistics on that. He coached for BCC to a winning percentage of .752. So not a lot of clunker seasons. I think he only had one season that finished under 500. And went on to coach for Binghamton University for 5 years and did a very credible job there as well.
So Coach Retzlaff only a couple hundred away from what Coach Baldwin was able to accomplish at Broome Community College in Binghamton, New York. 8:54 left to go in the second half. Eastfield with an 8-point lead. Johnson, right wing, gets it inside. Short shot is good. Well done that time. You could see that was a play that came from the bench.
That was a very, very big basket. And Matt, they're only 6 down. Incredible to believe that, but only 6 down with 8.5 minutes left.
Nick Hansen with his first basket of the game. He averages 12.5 normally. As Larry mentioned, a 6-point game, 59-53. Hilliard with the left-handed shot. Well done that time. Hilliard found himself hemmed up on the baseline, used his left hand, and he's had a big-time night. And the shot is up and good. Nick Hansen, I'm sure Coach Dave Retzlaff told his team, hey, listen, we need to get something going here from our big guy down on the inside. So Hansen has scored back-to-back baskets. 6-point game, 61-55 with 8 minutes left to go in regulation time. Houston out front to Sasser. Now right wing back to Houston. Man-to-man defense by Minnesota. Ball taken away by Hoy. Hoy unencumbered to the basket, puts a shot up. It's good and a foul. Hoy with the bucket. And just like that, when it looked like Eastfield, when it was 9.5 minutes left to go, Larry, I was talking about eye of the tiger, survivor. This thing might be over if Eastfield puts together a couple of baskets. And guess what? 7:47 left to go. We have a 4-point game.
And it could be 3 in a matter of seconds. And they're playing very scrappy defense and taking advantage of it and taking it down and just creating scoring opportunities.
And Coach Chris Johnson of Eastfield certainly understands that situation. He wants to call a timeout. 61-57 is the Eastfield score. 7:47 left to go as Eastfield has 6 team fouls and Fergus Falls with 4. Let's do a scoring recap at this point with 7:47 left to go. It's Andy Parachka. He has 8 points in the second half, 15 points overall for the game. Of course, all of these statistics unofficial. Nick Hansen with 4 points, all of them coming on the last 2 possessions. It was Matt Hoy with that last basket. He'll try to convert the conventional 3-point play. He has 5 points here in the second half, 14 points overall in the game. Matt Johnson with 8 points, all of those coming in the first half. John Mots with 2 points, they came in the first half. Archie Witherspoon, he has 14 points, 4 of those in the second half, 10 in the first half. For Eastfield, it's Jazz Henderson. I have him with 5 points. He has not played in the second half. David Hilliard with 21 points, 6 of them coming in the second half. Dwayne Paul with 7 points, 5 of them coming in the first half. Sale Sasser with 2. It's been Adai Houston. He has 7 points in the second half, 16 points overall. Norman Alexander with 7, and Varrick Gray with 2. So Matt Hoy will shoot this free throw, looking to convert the 3-point play. Shot is good. So give him 15 unofficially. And Larry, we have a 3-point game, 7:44 left to go in regulation time.
Well, Fergus is certainly up for the challenge now, and Hoy is having a very, very excellent game. He's averaged 11 points on the season, has got 15 up to this point, so he's contributed greatly to his team's cause.
Houston gets a pick out high from Paul, looks to drive the basket, now passes off right wing to Sasser. Sasser inside to Houston, puts a short shot up, it's good. Great athletic teamwork that time for Eastfield to get the bucket.
A shake and bake move. There was one, Matt.
Shake and bake indeed. There was some roasted chicken on the floor after that basket. Short shot is good and a foul. Matt Hoy with the bucket. This Fergus Falls team, we might have to start calling them the cockroaches of this NJCAA tournament. Just when it looks like Eastfield gets a little bit of a run, they're like the cockroaches that won't die. They just keep coming back.
Well, they've been stepped on, and so far they're still moving and moving quite well.
Hoy makes the three-point play. That foul was on Alexander, his second. Folks, we have a 2-point basketball game. Eastfield 63, Fergus Falls 61, 6:55 left to go in regulation time. Ball nearly tipped away and stolen. It is. Johnson has it for Fergus Falls. He headmans it back in the other direction. Gets it to Parachka. Parachka right wing. Shot by Hoy is good.
Hoy is on fire right now. He feels it. He wants the ball, and he's not hesitating. He's very confident right now.
20 points, 11 of them coming in the second half. It is 63-63 with 6.5 minutes left to go. Fergus Falls has made the comeback. Down 9 with 9.5 minutes left to go in this second half. Eastfield looking to answer back. Minnesota with Fergus Falls with a zone defense. And Jazz Henderson is going to check into the game, it appears, with 6:15 left to go. Maybe Coach Johnson hoping that long break will get his team, get his star player ready.
Well, I'm happy to see him. I'm happy he's not injured. And I guess my question is, why has it been so long? Having your top scorer sitting on the bench for virtually 2/3 or more of the second half.
No basket.
Foul called on the play on the inbounds. Eastfield is already in the penalty. Witherspoon on the foul.
His third.
Reset shot clock, 35 seconds, 6:12 left to go in regulation time, and we stress regulation time because who knows, this thing could easily go into overtime the way these two teams are playing. We have a knotted game, 63 all.
The momentum shift, Matt, has been remarkable in this game.
Certainly a watershed turning moment as Houston looks to drive, puts a short shot up, it's good. Looks like a die. Houston's getting whatever shot he wants, whenever he wants it.
I think he wants the ball, and it was another outstanding move to make that basket.
11 points here in the second half, 20 unofficially for the game. Eastfield retakes the lead, 65-63. Hoy to Johnson, three-point shot is good. Larry, 5.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Fergus Falls has taken its first lead since the first half, 66-65.
Well, it's now become officially a war, and right now the team with I'll let you take over as we're
Eastfield basket, Dwayne Hall.
right now the free throws could make a big difference in this game. Right now, Fergus Falls over the limit. So we'll see how long they can enjoy that advantage. That is the Harvesters can.
As you can see, there was an offensive foul called against number 55, Archie Witherspoon. That's his fourth personal foul. Long outside shot by Paul is short, no good. He was the one who scored on the other end for Eastfield to retake the lead, 67-66. I love Larry's line. It is now officially a war with 4:50 left to go. Hoy has it right wing, hands off to Johnson, man-to-man defense for Eastfield. 16 seconds left on the shot clock, 4:38 on the game clock. Hoy at the right elbow, gets it inside to Witherspoon, unable to come up with it. Fergus Falls extremely deliberate there. They didn't get what they wanted that time, though, with the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, that last pass was just a little long. They were moving the ball very well. The rest of this game, Matt, should be a barn burner.
Fergus Falls calls a timeout, 4:34 left to go in regulation time, 67-66. Larry, Jazz Henderson checked back into the game with about 6.5 minutes left to go. He still hasn't taken a shot in this second half. We don't know injury. We don't know if it was a performance-related sitting in this second half. He's got to be a factor, though. Eastfield has gotten some serious production out of David Hilliard. He has 21 unofficially. Houston has been major league. He has 11 in the second half, 20 unofficially for the game, but the leading scorer for this Eastfield team has to step up. Jazz Henderson has got to score some big baskets in the final 4:34 if his team's going to continue on.
I agree, Matt. Like you said, Hilliard and Houston have been phenomenal. Can we count on them to continue the rest of the way? We don't know for sure. Certainly, you'd want to look to your top scorer to kind of make the difference, distance themselves, and perhaps not put the game away, but to certainly keep them close all the way at least.
Eastfield will have the basketball when we return to live action. Matt Brandon, Larry Trillo with you this evening. Boy, what a game. One of these two teams will advance on to the NJCAA Division III men's basketball semifinal. They'll play the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game that follows this one. 1 point Eastfield lead, 67-66. Henderson has it strong to the basket, puts a short shot up, no good. Ball's fought for underneath the basket. Henderson kicked it, so it'll be Fergus Falls basketball. Henderson took the ball strong to the basket on that trip.
You can't fault the effort of him on that. Unfortunately, was unable to convert. It was a tough shot to make, but he made a really valiant attempt to keep the ball in play.
Fergus Falls with a chance to take the lead. Hoy has it guarded by Henderson, man-to-man defense. Mots with the shot, turnaround is good. 4 minutes left to go in regulation time. It is a 1 point Fergus Falls lead, 68-67. We are on the seesaw, folks. Henderson to the basket, puts a shot up, it's good.
Harvester basket, Adai Houston.
So 3:43 left to go in regulation time. Eastfield resumes its lead, 69-68, as these two teams, Hoy nearly loses it, ball on the floor. Both teams fighting for the ball. And an alternate possession is going to be called. It looks like it's going to be Fergus Falls. Hoy was trying to call for a timeout. The official would not give it to him, Larry.
Would not give it to him. It kind of looked for, it was resembling a wrestling match for a few seconds there.
Yeah, rugby scrum, and the intensity has increased tenfold in the last few moments in this game. 3:25 left to go in regulation time. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson guarded by Houston. Ball is taken away by Houston. Great open field defense. Puts the short shot up. It's good.
That could very well be a game turner. He picked his pocket, Matt, and unfortunately took their eye off the ball. It was just enough time for him to steal it away.
3 point lead for Eastfield. 3 minutes left to go. Ball to the far side. Looks like Fergus Falls has gotten a little tight in the last few moments. Ball goes inside. Push, offensive foul against Mots. Good call by the official there, Larry.
It was a good call. He certainly was open almost too much for a foul not to have happened that time. He certainly pushed off.
2:56 left to go in regulation time. Third foul against Mots. Both teams are in the penalty, but with an offensive foul, there will not be free throws. This is a big possession right here, Larry, for Eastfield. They're only up by 3. A basket or a three-pointer could make it a 5 or 6 point game.
Certainly puts the pressure on Fergus to keep up the pace, and I don't think they want to be forced to rely on three-point shooting at this stage. They want to keep it close enough where the free throws and the close shots can keep them in.
Paul gets that clutch shot. Dwayne Paul with the big basket as Eastfield a 5 point lead. Hoy for 3. Shot is short, no good. However, Hanson with the rebound shot. It's good and a foul.
Very big basket, Matt.
Yeah, you're right, Larry. That makes it a 3 point game once again, 73-70 with 2.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Hanson has been a major factor in the last 5 minutes of this second half. All 3 of his field goals have come in this stretch, 2.5 minutes left to go. Foul is against Paul. Paul has had some major moments as well. Free throw is good by Hanson. So we have a 2 point basketball game, 73-71. 2.5 minutes left to go in regulation time.
It's a shame, Matt, someone has to lose this game because they're playing their hearts out.
I'm glad you said that overused sports cliche because I thought it about 3 minutes ago. Houston takes the ball into the lane, puts a short shot up, no good, but a foul called on the play. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. And I say that with all sincerity. These two teams have played so hard tonight. One of them's going to go on to the semifinals. One's going to go to the consolation bracket.
Well, it's certainly going to be exciting the rest of the way, Matt.
Houston will shoot free throws. Foul is against Parachka, his 3rd. First free throw is good. Boy, what a calm and cool sophomore Adai Houston is. He's got 24 points, 12 of them coming here in this second half when his team needs him most. 74-71 3-point lead. Houston's second shot is good. 17 points in the second half unofficially.
Sasser.
Defense for offense substitution there, Larry. Sasser comes in for Henderson with 2:15 left to go.
Well, defense is the name of the game for Eastfield right now. They want to stop and get the ball back and distance themselves if they can.
Hoy gets it to Parachka. Now to Johnson. 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. Parachka for three outside of a screen. Shot no good. Ball fought for by Hanson. However, Eastfield comes away with it. 4-point Eastfield lead, 75-71. The winner will play the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game to be following this one. 25 seconds on the shot clock, a minute 43 on the game clock. Sasser guarded by Hoy. Right wing, now off to Houston, guarded by Johnson. Man-to-man defense by Fergus Falls with 93 seconds left to go in the game. Sasser, left wing. Ross's long three-point shot, no good. And foul called. This will lead to free throws for Fergus Falls. That's the best of all situations, Larry. No points for Eastfield, and now free throws for Fergus Falls.
Plus it stops the clock, and they really need to nail these to kind of stay as close as they can.
So once again, another good point for Larry. If you're scoring at home, Larry's beating me about 20-0 at this point in the game. Henderson will come back into the game for Sasser, the offense for defensive substitution. Hilliard on the foul, his second. Eastfield with 9 team fouls. Minnesota, Fergus Falls with 8. Witherspoon, short shot. It was going to be a lane violation. Hilliard stepped in early. So Witherspoon with another opportunity.
Potentially a bad mistake there on the part of Eastfield, man.
Witherspoon will shoot the free throws. He has 14 points. His team trailing by 4. High arcing free throw is good. Coach Retzlaff has got to hold his breath while that ball hangs into the air.
It seemed like it took forever to drop, didn't it?
3-point game. Second free throw, no good. However, Hanson with the rebounding foul. And that's a big item there. Now it's a double bonus. 2 shots for Fergus Falls the rest of the way. Hanson will shoot free throws. Double bonus now for Fergus Falls the rest of the second half. The final minute 22 of regulation time. Hanson, a sophomore, 6'4", will shoot 2 free throws. First shot is good. We have a 2-point game, 75-73. Eastfield with the lead. Hanson has 8 unofficially. Second shot, no good. 2-point Eastfield lead, 75-73. A minute 14 left to go in regulation time. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Houston with the ball, guarded by Johnson. Gets it down low to Paul. Back out front to Houston. Long 3-point shot is no good. Witherspoon nearly tipped the ball into his own basket. However, Eastfield comes away with it. Henderson with the putback.
That was a scary moment. I thought he was going to score a basket for the opposition.
As did everybody who's sitting behind the Fergus Falls bench. You heard a rise from the crowd. Timeout on the court, 56 seconds left to go. Larry, what a game between these two teams. 75-73, Eastfield with the lead. They call a timeout. They have the ball. 33 seconds on the shot clock. Your thoughts about this final 56.2 seconds left to go in regulation?
Well, I think it's going to be, it'll probably come down to free throws, because I'm sure that each team's going to draw fouls, and whoever can hit the free throws certainly will have a decided advantage, I think. However, I think that the Minnesota State Community and Technical College, the Spartans, are going to probably try. There's enough time where they can certainly set up and take good shots. Even if they lose these 2 free throws, there's still adequate time not to rush.
That's a good point, Larry. 33 seconds on the shot clock, 56 on the game clock. That's I guess let's do my mathematics. It's a 23-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. However, Eastfield will have to inbounds the ball. My question to you is, are you ready for overtime if it comes to that? You and I've got another game after this one.
Well, I'm ready. It certainly is exciting. It certainly would not surprise me at all. The intensity of the game and how evenly fought the battle is would certainly not surprise me to see overtime.
Save some energy, Larry. I know this is your first opportunity to do this. We've got a whole nother game left to go of great intensity. Now Coach Dave Retzlaff calls timeout. He sees the way that Eastfield, they had their stack offensive formation on the court, so Eastfield calls it, Fergus Falls calls a timeout here with no time running off the clock to reset their defense. I'm sure Coach Chris Johnson of Eastfield, he's going to turn around and change his offensive set now, most likely for Eastfield.
I'm sure he's going to counter with some deviation.
30-second timeout for Fergus Falls. What a game it's been. 40-36 was the score at halftime. Eastfield with a 4-point lead. Eastfield had a lead as big as 9 points with 9.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Fergus Falls fought back to take the lead numerous times in the second half, and it's a 2-point Eastfield lead with 56 seconds left to go. Paul will inbounds. He'll be guarded by Hanson. Having a difficult time getting it in, now does so to Henderson. Henderson to Houston. Guarded by Johnson. 27 on the shot clock, 49 on the game clock. Now out front to Henderson, guarded by Hoy. Now to Houston. 43 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. Guarded by Johnson. 14 on the shot clock, 36 on the game clock. Hilliard way out front now with the ball. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Henderson goes strong to the basket, puts a shot up, no good. Ball is fought for. Rebounding foul will go against Eastfield. Fergus Falls will shoot free throws. 2 free throws with the attempt to tie the game. 27 seconds left to go.
And it certainly would be an understatement to say that he's got to nail these 2.
The foul will be against Paul, his 4th. Hanson will shoot 2 free throws. 75-73 is the score. Coach Chris Johnson calls a timeout, trying to ice the shooter here, get his team set offensively and defensively. Larry, as a player, and you played basketball for many, many years, of course the same is true with me. This is where, when you're playing in the backyard, when you're playing on the school ground, it always comes down, that last shot, that last attempt, those clutch free throws. Nick Hansen, a 6'4" sophomore, he's got that opportunity. He knocks down two free throws. His team is tied 75 all with 27 seconds left to go in the game.
You're right, man. It's what we all dreamed about, playing on the courts, in the gyms from our high schools, in the backyards, and it's a very, very exciting time and very anxious time. I'll bet with all the intensity of the game so far that Fergus Falls feels like they've maybe had another 25-hour bus trip. It's been that intense.
Well, I'll tell you this. If they're not victorious tonight and don't advance on at the end of the weekend after the tournament's over, that's going to be an awful long bus trip. This team, win or lose though, for Fergus Falls, they played their hearts out. They could have lost pretty easily. They were down by 9 with 9 minutes left to go. Yet they fought back. They have a chance to tie this game with less than half a minute left to go.
They certainly looked down and out for quite a while, and especially early in this half. But they didn't give up. They pushed on, and I think they're showing a lot of spirit, and they're playing very well.
So Nick Hansen has the one position every player wishes and dreads they had right now, standing on the free throw line. 2 free throws, a chance to tie this game with 27.3 seconds left to go in regulation. First free throw is good. 75-74, Eastfield with the lead, 27.3 seconds left. Hansen with 9 points. Second free throw is also good. We have a tie game.
A little anxiety in that second shot, but he got the friendly rim.
75 seconds left to go, 75 all, 22 seconds left to go, shot clock is off. Houston has the ball just beyond midcourt, 14 seconds on the game clock. 12 seconds on the game clock. Now gets it to Henderson, left wing, gets a pick out high from Paul. 7 seconds. Henderson to Paul. 3-point shot from the corner is no good. Ball is fought for. 1 second left to go, and we are going to overtime. 75-75. Larry, we talked about it. We said it was possible. These teams will go to the extra session for an opportunity to advance on to the semifinal round. Our first game of the NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, and this is the most fitting way to do it. Give these teams 5 more minutes.
Well, the way they played, they deserve another 5 minutes. It's going to be very intense as well. We have to watch for some key players that have foul trouble that could potentially have some kind of an impact in these 5 minutes.
Larry, we cannot, I guess the best way to put it is underestimate the importance of Hansen's 2 free throws with 27 seconds left in this game. That is what got, along with a lot of hard work of offense and defense, Fergus falls to this 5-minute overtime session.
He was as cool as a cucumber. He nailed that first one, tickled the twine, didn't draw the rim at all. Second shot, nice soft touch, hit the rim, and it dropped in.
So these two teams, folks, will battle it out. As Larry said in the second half, the war is officially on. Well, the war has gone to another stanza.
Come on, give it up. We're giving you overtime.
Hilliard will jump center against Witherspoon. Eastfield will go right to left. Ball goes to Eastfield. Houston has it. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in this first overtime session. You don't have anywhere you need to be tonight, do you, Larry?
Not at all. I'm having a good time.
Paul with the basket. So Paul with the bucket. That gives Eastfield the lead, 77-75. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in overtime. Pass goes left wing, taken away by Paul. Good defense by Eastfield on that possession. Now with a chance to string together baskets.
If you're Fergus Falls, you want to stop this right now and get the ball back and keep it tied.
Jazz Henderson, who's checked back into the game, gets it to Ross. Now to Houston, back to Ross, left wing. To Paul. Paul gets a pump fake, now right wing. Henderson for a 3, in and out, no good.
It's been one of those days for Henderson.
Houston takes the ball away against Johnson. Beautiful up and under move for the basket. And a 4-point bulge now for Eastfield, 79-75, 3:48 left to go in overtime. What a play by Adai Houston.
You know, it kind of looks like he's the person who will be transferring to Long Beach State the way he's been playing, man.
Well, one had 21, one had 22. We were a little confused early on. These two guys are seriously talented basketball players. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Johnson has it for Fergus Falls. 6 seconds. Drive into the lane. Hoy. Going to be a foul on the floor. No shot. 3:23 left to go in regulation time. 4-point Eastfield lead, 79-74. That's it for Ross. He's fouled out. Actually, excuse me, there are 6 personal fouls. Six personal fouls. I was reverting back to high school basketball here in New York State. 5 team fouls bounces you out of the game. Timeout on the court. Both of these teams have earned this timeout. 3:23 left in this overtime session, Larry. Eastfield's just imposed its will in the first minute and a half.
Well, they've done what they've had to do. They've pushed the ball up the court well, and they made some outstanding looks, good chances, and they've converted. And it's going to be on the shoulders now of Fergus to not let the distance get any wider, because we only have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Hoy will shoot free throws. Sale Sasser checks back into the lineup. He replaces Ross with the 5 fouls. Hoy to shoot the free throws. First shot is good. 2-point, 3-point game, 79-76. Second shot is also good. 2-point basketball game, 79-77, 3:20 left to go in the overtime, first overtime. Houston guarded by Johnson, Henderson being guarded by Hoy. Got a call out for Hoy. He's done a great job against Henderson. Houston pump fake. Now back out front, Henderson, right wing. Back to Houston, 3-point shot is good. Jazz Henderson saved his first basket since the first half for a critical point. That puts Eastfield up by 5.
It looks like he was saving his best shot for the overtime period.
Ball touches the back of the basket. So a 5-point Eastfield lead, 82-77 with 2:46 left to go. Eastfield cannot relax here though, Larry, as This is when Fergus Falls becomes most dangerous, when it looks like they're out of the game. Houston, guarded by Johnson, gets it to Paul down in the left box. Now out front to Houston, fakes the three, looking to try to get it inside. Houston on the drive, Henderson on the drive, out front to Hilliard. Sales has it. Sales Sasser, left wing. Houston down to the left box, Hilliard. He has the ball taken away from him. Good defense by Fergus Falls. Parachka on the play.
Very good defense. I think that their mission was to take some time off the clock, and they did so.
Witherspoon answers back. Big basket for Fergus Falls. 3-point game, 82-79. 2 minutes left to go in the first overtime. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Eastfield sets up on the left side of the court. Paul down on the baseline. Harris defensively. Houston for three. In and out, no good. Fergus Falls with the rebound. A 3-point basket ties this game with 1:38 left to go. Eastfield with the lead, 82-79. Johnson, man-to-man defense guarded by Houston. That's Hanson. Hanson to Hoy. Hoy puts a shot up, no good, but a foul.
Remarkable job, and I was just looking at my unofficial stats, and Hoy has, I have 22 points. I'm not sure what you have, Matt, but that's double his average for the season, so he's coming up really big in this game.
He's been a huge factor. Yeah, I have him with 22 as well unofficially, 13 in the second half. First free throw is good. So Hoy has 3 in this overtime session, 2-point game. Second free throw is also good. And Larry, we talked about that ease factor for Eastfield. They had a 5-point lead. It's been whittled to 1 with 1:20 left to go.
Fergus keeps coming at you. Just look like they're getting down. They come up off the mat and they just show that they could have the endurance and stamina to stay with them.
Johnson kicks the ball. I say cockroaches. That's what I say. I say when you ride 25 hours on a bus to get here, you are cockroaches, and I say that with all the deference and respect in the world. This team is they could get the bomb dropped on them. Foul called on the play as the shot went strong to the basket. Houston, and that's not to take anything away from Eastfield. They've played very valiantly as well tonight.
They certainly have, and 1 point separates these teams at this stage of the game. You just couldn't ask for anything better than this.
We are in the first overtime. We have 1:12 left to go. Houston will shoot free throws. First free throw is good. Foul was against Hoy. That's his second. Houston with 28 points unofficially. 83-81 Eastfield lead. Second shot is also good. So 3-point Eastfield lead, 1:09 left to go in overtime. Johnson, Parachka for three.
I think that was tipped a little bit, Matt.
Looked like certainly the Fergus Falls people wanted a foul. No call was coming. And with 1 minute left to go, it's a 3-point Eastfield lead, 84-81. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 49 on the game clock. Houston, guarded by Johnson, gets it to Henderson. However, he nearly had it taken away by Hoy. Now Sasser with it, 40 seconds on the game clock, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Henderson with it, 9 seconds on the shot clock, guarded by Hoy. Beautiful pass on the inside to Paul. Shot is no good though. Ball goes out of bounds and it'll be Fergus Falls ball. Eastfield did everything right but score.
We saw all that Jazz that time. Jazz Henderson looks very, very flashy and did what he was supposed to do, and they just didn't convert for the shot.
Fergus Falls wants to take a timeout as I consider Larry's opera musical reference that he was able to drop in at a halftime in the overtime of an 84-81 game with 24.6 seconds left. Fergus Falls wants to call a timeout. Larry, what an entertaining game this has been between these two teams. If you're Coach Dave Retzlaff of Fergus Falls right now, your team's trailing by 3. They have the ball. 24.6 seconds left. Who are you looking to try to get the ball to in this situation?
Well, you're going to want to either spot an open 3. I don't think that they don't have to worry about that right away. Philosophy can go either way. They could try to make a good 2-point shot that increases the percentage of scoring, and then create a foul situation to get the ball back. So I'm not quite sure what will happen here, but whatever it will be well thought out, and we're going to see if Eastfield can come up with a challenge for the defense.
I think you're right, though. The idea about going for the two-point shot first, both teams, Fergus Falls not in the double bonus at this point. They only have 9 team fouls, so they actually have a foul to give with 1-1 if you think of it that way. Both teams shooting free throws at this point. So we'll see. Eastfield is in the double bonus. They have 10 team fouls. Parachka will do the inbounds. 24.6 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Eastfield will drop back defensively. Gets it into Johnson. Now hands off to Hoy. 21 seconds left. Hoy hemmed up. Gets it off to Hansen. Now back out front to Johnson. 15 seconds left. Johnson guarded by Henderson. Now to Hoy. 12 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Hansen for 3. No good off the back rim. 6 seconds left. A foul called against Jazz Henderson. And Henderson will shoot 2 free throws with 5.5 seconds left.
It looked like their plan was to go for the 3 all along. I didn't see them moving the ball inside to pick up a quick 2. Looked like they were moving it around all around the key to see if they can get that 3-point to go down, and it just didn't work out for them.
It was good patience by Fergus Falls. They didn't go for the first shot. They worked the ball around the perimeter, as you said. Foul was on 31 Hoy, his 3rd. Henderson to shoot 1-1. First free throw is good. That was 10 team fouls against Fergus Falls, so it's a double bonus situation. 4-point lead. Henderson with 9 points unofficially. Second free throw is also good, so give him 10 for the game. 5-point Eastfield lead, 5.5 seconds left to go. I know you're a New York Knicks fan. I don't want to bring up the word name Reggie Miller because of the NBA playoffs several years ago. However, let's not count Fergus Falls out. It's there are too many crazy things that have happened in this one to just say they're done.
Well, 5.5 seconds is not a lot of time, but if they can score a quick 3 and foul and they miss their free throws, there's still going to be potentially enough time to sneak this one by, but it'll have to be a minor miracle, I think, though, Matt.
Now, Fergus Falls, they have had quite a season, 24-6. They beat Central Lakes College to, as Larry mentioned in our open on Saturday, to qualify for this tournament. Eastfield, they're tournament ready. They've won 4 games in 6 days. And Larry, if this team advances, they're going to be a tough out in this tournament.
Well, they certainly are a very, very hot team and playing well. This will be 5 consecutive wins under extreme pressure, elimination pressure, and they've met the challenge each time, and they're going to get more and more confident. And again, we've mentioned this many times during the game. They've got the speed and the talent, the agility and athleticism to really push a lot further in this tournament.
The best thing maybe for this Eastfield team, and this is no disrespect against Roxbury or Cayuga, they're not in Suffolk's draw. Suffolk is undefeated. They've won 40-plus games as the ball is tipped away and nearly stolen. 4 seconds left to go. Jump ball situation. Ball will stay with Fergus Falls. 2.5 seconds left to go. That was a very costly out-of-bounds play. 2.5 seconds left. 5-point Eastfield lead.
I don't think we'll see a second overtime, Matt.
Ball goes out front, 1 second left. Long 3-point shot is good. Is good at the basket. Number 33, Chad Anderson, but that is going to do it for the game. What a game it was. The final score, Eastfield College Harvesters of Mesquite, Texas advance on with a final score in overtime, 86-84. Larry, let's take an opportunity to recap the scoring in this game for Andy Parachka of Fergus Falls. He scored 15 for Nick Hansen. He scored 10 points overall. Matt Hoy, he scored, I have 23 for him unofficially. 11 points for Matt Johnson, 4 points for John Mots, and for Archie Witherspoon, he scored 17 points in the game. For Eastfield College, they advance on to take on the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game, Jazz Henderson. He scored 10 points. It was David Hilliard with 21. Dwayne Paul, a big second half in overtime in this game. He scored, he scored 13 points overall. It was Sasser with 2 points. Die Houston, a huge game. He scored, 18. 30 points, 21 in the second half in overtime, 7 points for Norman Alexander, and 2 points for Varrick Gray. Eastfield advancing on to take on the winner of the Roxbury-Cayuga game. Larry, your final thoughts about this thrilling, very exciting, very entertaining overtime win for Eastfield?
Well, I think, Matt, the fans certainly got their money's worth, and there's still plenty to come. Two very, very intense teams. I think that in the end, even though it was only decided by a matter of 2 points, I think that the quickness ultimately was the ally for Eastfield. And but you got to tip your hat to Minnesota. They never gave up. They fought to the very end and nailed that three-pointer. Just came up 2 points shy.
So Eastfield College Harvesters of Mesquite, Texas join our list of winners on this first day of the NJCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, joining Suffolk